You see them daily. Humans drive these machines every day. Some know about their vehicles. Others don't know a goddamn thing past their steering wheel. We are their last line of hope when problems arise. They call us the heroes of the highway. We risk our lives every day for drivers to be saved in their time of need. These are our stories. Welcome to our diaries.
Dear Diary. This is a fucking classic. It's hilarious to me. Let's teach you before I even go into the segment that we're going to call colorblind. Alright, you ready for this? Alright. If you believe you have experience in knowing something and you honestly don't, but you're trying to look cool in front of a woman, don't embarrass yourself, okay? If you don't know how to jump a battery from one side to the other, jumping your friend's car, don't. If you don't have a flashlight and you can't find the red side, which is positive, and a black side, which is negative, don't bother. If you can't color match with what you got in your hands, don't bother. And finally, although it's not on every battery, it depends how cheap the battery is, somewhere there's an embedded plus sign in the plastic. And if you find it, that's positive, red, if you were to think. But if it's not colored red, maybe that doesn't make sense to you. And negative, minus, being black, but if those colors aren't there, then obviously you still wouldn't know what the fuck you were doing anyway. But if you don't know anything about what you're doing, don't try to be cool and try to do it yourself. Okay, colorblind. I got a call at a self-storage unit for a jump start, okay, for an '05 Nissan Altima. I get there and the gates are all closed all the way around. But the cars are in there and I'm like, yeah. I was like, you're really supposed to be with your vehicle when all this shit goes down, you know? When you need something, be there. So I can say, hey, open the fucking gate. Of course they're not. I gotta call them, and I don't know where they were. But the gate opens, and I'm like, well, why didn't they just open the gate so I could have walked in and just jumped the vehicle? Why did you open the gate so I had to drive a quarter mile up all the storage units, make a left, and make another left, come all the way the hell down when I wasn't going to do anything with your damn vehicle anyway? I mean, just think about it, unless I really had to tow it, but whatever. Well, the gate's open. Go down, make a left, you know, whatever. Room, and here I am. So, I get out, and finally they come out of another vehicle. They were hiding, I guess. And, they're like, yeah, we got a problem. My vehicle needs to be jumped. I went, well, how'd it go dead? Did you leave the lights on or something? She goes, well, yeah, kinda. She goes, we were trying to, get light in the storage unit. So, we turned the headlights on my vehicle, so we could have light. Was the engine running? No, of course not. Of course it wasn't running. So you had the lights on for a couple minutes, I'll say, or longer. So they always say a couple minutes. It could have been so much longer. It could be 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 40 minutes. You don't know. And the battery's dead. I get it. And so, I go to pull out my jump box. She goes, that's going to jump start my vehicle. I went, yes. She goes, well, we tried jumping it already. Okay. She goes, is it normal that if I hook my jumper cables from one vehicle to another, that they spark? Well, yeah, kinda. I mean, because that's just showing that you have power going from the battery to wherever. That's if you have internal electronics on, like your accessory position on with your key. So yeah, it could spark. She goes, can it melt stuff? I went, that should happen. She goes, well, that kind of happened to us. I went, I said, your cable's melted? She went, yeah. I was like, well, what that means, she goes, hold on a second. And the guy that was with her comes back with all the jumper cables. It shows me the black melted to death. I was like, that means you cross polarities. He's like, what the hell does that mean? Apparently you shouldn't have done what you did. Obviously, plus goes to plus, minus goes to minus. Red is plus, black is minus. Okay, now let's say if you put red on black and black on red, it doesn't work the same way. And basically, it's not good. And yes, you'll melt your cables, and not only that, whatever vehicle it's really hooked to, I said it depends on the car, of course. You'll blow something. You'll blow like a whole electrical system. You'll blow the computer. There's a lot of things you can and can't do with that. And I went, no, I don't think we did that. I was like, all right, well, maybe I didn't. You know, I put my box on, start the vehicle up, starts up, boom. Check, it's not the alternator. It's charging, you know. So I go on saying, okay, let everything run in at least 25, 30 minutes, give alternator time to charge the battery, yada, yada, yada. And I said, and for next time, and I pointed to a friend, I said, brother, husband, whatever he was, I pointed at him, and I said, for next time you, come here for a second. I pointed down to the battery, I said, see that sign right there? Plus, red. Red on your cable, negative, black, and follow it the same way over there. Plus, plus, minus, minus. Usually do plus first and minus, and then plus first and minus on the other side. And that won't happen again. He goes, well, no, that's not it. He goes, I did it for my own car. I know the difference. Well, if you knew the difference, then why the fuck did the cable melt? Because you did something wrong. But judging by the battery that was in the vehicle, Walmart, not all Walmart batteries have plus and minuses or reds or blacks on them. This just happened to be the first one I've ever seen that actually had it. Okay, well, have a good night. Back up, race myself quarter-mile around the storage facilities. I get to the gate, and a woman's driving right behind me. Go, wait, beep, beep, beep. I already closed the call from the driving club, and I'm like, now what? I said, let me guess, you had to dial the numbers and to let me out, right? You forgot the numbers. Is that what it is? She goes, oh, no. She goes, my interior lights don't work, and my radio don't work. I went, you know what? You're in luck, because I don't normally carry fuses with me, but today I do. Just happened to be luck of the draw, you know? I said, let me check it out. I open a fuse box area, read. Sometimes they're not on there, but sometimes on that cover it tells you where everything is. It did. I went, interior and music. I went, that's got to be the one. And then I grabbed my old tool and I pulled the fuse out. And I look, I went, see, burned. Told you, you blew something, you know, from doing that. And I was like, well, let's see if I can fix it. I take a 10 amp fuse, I pop it back in here. Immediately, you saw a little electrical pop. I went, well, that's not good. And she looked at me and she goes, what's wrong? I was like, usually you put a new fuse in something and it makes everything work. On this aspect, it blew a fuse immediately. That means you have a short somewhere in your system. Like I was saying before, you can blow something. Well, something's blown somewhere. You either melted or did something to and I couldn't really find a way to explain it to her, and I went, you know, here's a better way of explaining it. The better way to explain this is this. Let's say, of the millions of wires in your car, I was like, one wire is rated for, let's say, 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's the running power through the wire. And it's hooked to this fuse knowing that it can only run at 80 degrees. She goes, okay. I go, now, your friend here did whatever he did wrong and melted the wire, and he had it on long enough that whatever line it ran through and burned it at 120 degrees, and probably the plastic melted off before the fuse blew, and then the fuse blew. Now there's a short in the system, and no matter what fuse you put in, it's just going to shut off and shut off and shut off. I was like, so now what you need to do is go to the auto mechanic and find out where it is. She goes, that's not good. I'm like, obviously it's not. But if you would have followed principle of red to red, black to black, plus to red, black to minus, you know, all that crap, this wouldn't have happened. Have a good day. I'm out of here. See you later.